Hare Krishna, everyone. So, a lot of people ask this, that, when, what happens if animal kills? Does he get affected by sin or not? So the plain answer is no. Animal doesn't get affected by the sins, because, first of all, animals' consciousness is not as developed as humans' consciousness, and Krishna has created them as such that they have been sufferers. They are not the enjoyers. The basic difference between animal kingdom and human kingdom is that animals are meant to suffer. If in the Vedas there is a description of reincarnation of ourselves, the soul changes his or her body from animal to to aquatic animals to human beings. So this journey, so to say, is when it comes to animal, when we are shifted to an animal body, which I think no one should be, because it's not a very good position to be. But whenever a soul is shifted to an animal's body, that his whole consciousness has been restricted. He doesn't have power to think. He cannot he can feel, or she can feel, but they don't have that kind of intelligence which human beings have. So that is why animals don't get affected by sins, because they are in a situation, they're in the category which actually makes them do that. It's a very natural process. So that's why animals, when they kill, they don't get affected by any sins when they perform that. While if you talk about human beings do have intelligence. We have consciousness, we have developed consciousness, we have higher intelligence, higher sense of understanding, we have compassion for everyone. So that's why we can realize between what is good and what is bad. So if we are not using this intelligence, so to say, then we are not in a good direction, in right direction. And so that's why we can choose whether we have to kill animal, or we don't have to kill an animal. And again, this question also has a subtext that plant killing is also a sin. But that is not so. In this material world, in this whole civilization, the basic principle is that we have to live on somebody else's life. If we don't kill plants, then if we don't kill anybody, and that is the very crude truth, if we don't kill anybody, we can't survive as far as food is concerned. But what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yume bhaktya prayachati, which means you can offer me a fruit, grain, or a leaf, or a water. So that Krishna has sanctioned, because that is a minimal kind of a sin that we can occur. No, we have to kill someone to live, but plant killing is minimal, because if you take an example of an orange fruit or an apple, so to say, when it ripens and then it falls down, so it is actually meant for decays in a layman language. So that is meant for eating purpose, more so to say. But animals are not meant to eat. How I know a lot of Western people would be they would be thinking, oh, what I'm saying, what he's saying. But that's a fact that if you can develop, we have that compassion, we do get that sense that I don't have to kill this animal, we can save him or her. So this is the story, that animals should be saved. And we have a choice. I mean, we all have a choice. This is not forcing it to anyone, but we do have a choice whether to kill a higher living entity or just to survive on plants grains, which we can do. There's abundance of milk available here. And another point that a lot of people raise is that if we don't eat animals, then plants and vegetables will not be sufficient for human civilization. That's again a very wrong, mistaken idea, because it is scientifically proven that if we only cultivate plants and vegetables on earth, if we suppose, for example, if this happens, if we avoid animal so to say animal husbandry or animal farming or goat farming, whatever people do, then we can grow at least 10-20 times of vegetation than the normal population of human beings. So suppose if we have population of 7 billion odd people in this whole earth, we can generate around 1.4 billions of vegetables and plants for ourselves, for feeding ourselves. So that is the capacity of our mother earth, which people maybe sometimes use as an excuse that they would be able to other vegetarians wouldn't be able to survive on this. So that's a wrong idea, it's a misconception. So it's a request from this platform that you can, if you have a choice, do go for vegetarian food, do have compassion for living entities, and we can minimize our sins. We cannot eradicate our sins. killing plant is also a sin, but that we can minimize. That is a minimal sin we can afford. That is to say. So this is the message for today. Hare Krishna. Thank you.